Madam Chair.
Yes, thank you, Senator Shaheen. We'll move to Senator Rosen.
Well, thank you, Chairwoman Ernst, Ranking Member Slotkin, for holding this hearing. It's very important. I'd also like to thank General Fenton and Mr. Jenkins for testifying today and for your service. Excuse me, I'm going to scoot in a little bit here. Service to our nation. I want to talk about Special Operations Forces in Syria, because the U.S. and Syrian Democratic Forces, the SDF, they share an interest in preventing an ISIS resurgence in northeastern Syria. Any escalation in the region, which is Turkish-backed Syrian National Army, and the central government in Damascus engaged military with the SDF, would lead to instability that we know ISIS could exploit. That is extremely concerning, as is the possibility that such instability, combined with destabilizing efforts from Iran and its proxies, could cause SDF personnel guarding ISIS prisons and displaced persons camps to leave their posts in order to defend their territory. This would open the door to the possible escape of captured ISIS fighters and their families, as we saw that just play out in 2019. So, General Fenton, given our soft partnership with the SDF in the Defeat ISIS campaign, including security training and assistance, what are SOF and the SDF doing to prevent breakouts from SDF-run prisons and displaced persons camps to ensure that captured ISIS fighters and their families do not return to the battle space? I know this is a question that geographically pertains to CENTCOM, but our troops performing these counterterrorism missions are special operation forces.
Senator, I think the very first thing we do is partner with our SDF partners. It's almost a decade now, and I can get back and certainly provide written on the record how long we've done it, but I think it's about a decade, is disrupt, degrade, and work to defeat ISIS in Syria. It's a threat, certainly to the United States, as we've laid out before, and many of the committees have come before you have talked about it. But I think the first thing we do is disrupt and degrade ISIS along with SDF counterparts. That certainly vectors into protecting the prisons and the camps. And I think that, if you look at it, that's keeping improvised explosive ISIS bombers from attacking those, creating a level of, or opportunities for breakout. That is taking action in places that may not be close to the camps, but we know have planning going on in the camp. So I think there's many things your SOF team is doing along with our SDF partners to, first and foremost, and that is the mission, disrupt and degrade and diminish ISIS as per the CENTCOM and SecDef direction, and also protect those camps from a breakout and a prison as well.
Thank you. And I'm going to direct this question to both of you, staying on the same topic, because how does a continued elimination of ISIS leadership, and which SOF you have accomplished time and time again, impact ISIS' ability to plan and carry out attacks on U.S. forces and SDF-run prisons and displaced persons camps? And what are we doing more specifically to degrade Iranian-aligned militias from attacking or attempting to attack U.S. and coalition forces? And Mr. Jenkins, we can start with you and go on to the general, please.
Thank you, ma'am. And we see all those problems clear-eyed for sure. And thank you for sharing that concern with us. As General Fenton alluded to, looking at what SOF can control, what we can do in this space, we take that very seriously. We are at the leading edge to make sure that our SDF partners can maintain control of those prisons, that they can repatriate where appropriate and when possible, so that we can decrease the population of potential breakout and under difficult situations. And then in terms of decreasing malign influence, we have to make sure that, similar to China, that we are deterring wherever possible, whether it's at the level of armed conflict or below with irregular warfare. We have the ability and lots of tools across the spectrum to make sure that we are deterring them from being in the battle space where they want to be and where they're trying to be.
Thank you. General Fenton, anything to add?
Senator, I would offer on the ISIS piece, I think is very important, as you've alluded to keep the pressure on ISIS by degrading their leadership, their the operational experienced personnel, the communicators, financiers. All of these things come together for attacks not only in the Middle East against our forces, and that is force protection as we take it, but also in Europe and against our homeland. ISIS is an ex-ops threat. So I think that's that is the multiple responsibility for your special operations teammates. Not only ISIS, Al-Shabaab, and Al-Qaeda, but getting after these layers is very important to keep any of those terrorist groups from being able to plan and execute an attack on the homeland.
Thank you. I'll yield back, but I'm going to actually ask a question for the record about the Houthi relations with al-Shabaab, so I'm glad you brought that up because it's critically important we discuss that as well. Thank you.
Thank you,